doing this to annoy people who say we're going to be late.
We're never late.
We're never late. It's impossible. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey of the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's Jack. Say hello, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm all right. How you doing?
A little sinusy, but otherwise well. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Guys, I hope you guys are well. Hope you're safe if you're out there in California. Holy shit. It's like the gods were fighting back or something. You got Hurricane Hillary, which apparently means a whole lot of houses are going to get double tapped coming up the coast, and got the earthquake out there. What, 5.1? Is that what it was? Rough day for California, man.
Yeah, they've been busy. I heard that there were 30,000 emails deleted as well.
I think there were. That was the worst part of the whole thing. I do want to say I apologize to the state of California. I did get some sleep today, Jack. So,
I figured there was an earthquake and a rainstorm hitting California and Nevada. So,
yeah, it's on the plus side. California needs the rain. Maybe not this much all at once. There was just an hour ago a flood warning put out in Cameo, something I forget. They're like, hey guys, this is deadly flooding, be careful. So I really do wish all the best for the folks out there. Look, I don't agree with a lot of politics that comes out of California. It doesn't mean I want everybody to die. So
I'm still on the fence on that one.
I am glad last I heard the reports from the reports coming out about the earthquake, there wasn't anybody harmed and very little, if any, damage. So
that's good. It's like a 5 point. So
yeah, 5.0 with 2 discernible aftershocks. God, man. Oh, California, guys, keep your heads down just for a little bit more. Perfect timing. Matt Christensen just ended. Man, I was watching his videos again the other day because I go in phases, Jack. I'll go and catch up with people.
Uh-huh.
And every time I watch his damn videos, I come away going, always. I can't say the word always afterwards for like 3 days. Always.
Yeah, he has some sort of weird hypnotic effect on your speech patterns.
He does.
I do it too. I don't know.
As always. Son of a bitch.
Well, I hope the 5 audience members that live in California survive beyond that. We'll see.
On the other hand, you know what I never pick up from watching videos is the inability to say the word women.
Oh my God, that drives me up a fucking wall. What is that all about? It's not just Willie Mack. I know
it's
he
not.
Fucking does it. I was watching something, Adonis Paul was playing this clip of this woman talking about men killing women, and she could not say women. She would just say woman over and over again, singular. It's so annoying. It's so trashy.
When I made the comment, because I did reach out to him and he responded, jokingly and all. There were several people who commented, it's like a dialect somewhere. There's
it's just trash talk.
I agree with you, but Bostonian is an accent and it's trash. So I'm just saying.
True.
Yeah,
but this is just some ghetto ebonics shit from like the trailer community.
Perhaps. Either way, he put out another good video today on the Tates, going over a lot of the same stuff that we have. Where, guys, I don't know if Andrew Tate did it. Okay, it looks a lot like he did it.
Well, I don't know if he actually did it, but he claimed he did in many interviews.
And he's been out there lying his ass off, not just about one of the victims, but about what the charges even are.
Oh yeah.
He's not just coming out there saying, hey, they trumped up these charges. He's lying about what the trumped up charges even are. Why would you need to do that? Hey, Nuts, how you doing, sweetheart?
Hey, Stargazer.
Hi, Tom. You're being a bit hard on them, Monk. Hey, the Bostonian accent, the Brooklyn accent, they both they sound dumber than the dumbest sounding redneck accent. I'm sorry.
It sounds like somebody had a traumatic brain injury.
It does. It sounds like they're learning to re-speak after something happened to their head.
Yeah, like I'm cognitive like that eyeball. No, I find it the Brooklyn accent. They're so proud of that.
Yeah.
And I don't get why we sound tough. You sound retarded. I guess
Well,
retarded
hey,
people are pretty strong.
I was gonna
So
say they sound like they got retard strength.
yeah,
Yeah.
the only
And
thing
look,
I think you're gonna do is rip my arms off and beat me to death with them like a chimpanzee did to that one lady.
the that doesn't mean there's no smart people there, of course, but it is hard to sound smart with those accents. For the record, guys, I don't really have much topical things on my mind, Jack. Was just kind of do whatever comes into it at the moment. We've already talked about the earthquake and the hurricane, so we got to talk about Fresh and Fit for a moment because it is in the title. And I do find it important, honestly. I don't know if you saw they got demonetized, Jack.
I saw that. Real fast though. Thank you, Hurricane Hillary. Everyone they find dead, they shot themselves in the back of the head with the shotgun.
Twice.
Yeah, and the shotgun isn't on the scene either. Yeah, it was all suicides.
And it's never been fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had a trigger guard on it.
That's trigger lock.
Fresh and Fit for those of you. Yeah, because the trigger guard's just the outside part there. My bad. Yeah. Trigger lock. You were right.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. I'm not a gun person, so I fall back on these things. Fresh and Fit, what those idiots do now, as far as I know, nothing more than they've ever done. But YouTube came out and for some reason demonetized them. I got to be clear on this. I think those two guys are fucking idiots. I really do. They can be funny when they have the dirty whores on, but that's not hard to be funny with that.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
My understanding is the claim currently is that it's because they had Nick Fuentes on.
Well, here's the thing. I don't agree with the demonetization because much like, any censorship, unless they were advocating violence, shut up. You have a whole bunch of things for your advertisers to go, I don't want to be on this content or that content. You already have that in there.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Why do you then have to take it away from these guys because they said some shit you didn't like? On the other hand, for the record, it's almost like they were daring YouTube to do it.
Yeah, it kind of looked like they were pushing the limits on purpose.
Yeah, and look, again, I don't believe it should have happened to him, but I see why it happened, and that's a big difference. YouTube, just give it back to him. Unless you can point to something, again, criminal, I just don't care. I don't think you should. And this is, despite what anybody says, like, oh, they can still talk. Yeah, they can. But we all know that demonetization results in being moved down in the algorithm. We all fucking know it. They can claim differently all they fucking want to, but we know it. And it does. It affects them. These guys were making, according to them, 95% of their revenue through YouTube. 95%.
Wow.
Gone.
Well, weren't they selling merch and trying to get other revenue streams in, like advertising?
Yeah, but they were making money hand over fist on those fucking streams, dude.
Oh, that's dangerous, putting all your eggs in one basket like that.
And here's the thing. The whole advertising rules, the monetization was always about the advertiser-friendly stuff. Well, you now have Super Chat. That's your fans deciding whether or not you are worth it, not having to worry about Coke being like, oh my God, I was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. If you want to take it, all right, you can't be part of the commercial program, fine. But why do you have to separate that from the Super Chats? Or why is that not separate from the Super Chats? Understatement, thank you. Myron is overly dramatic. They make a lot of money elsewhere, so they should be fine on paper. Though it sounds like he needs to rein in spending. That was my thought. Who was I watching? That new guy I told you about, Don something. He was talking about how Myron being fit, Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
He was out there talking about how, this is just going to hurt them so desperately. They do have apparently a 20-person, this is what Myron said, 20 people that work for them. I don't understand why you need 20 people for that operation, but whatever. If they are that desperate with the amount of money they've had coming in, They're just not spending their money wisely. That
Well,
still doesn't make it okay for YouTube to demonetize them, but yeah, they're not spending their money very well.
that seems to be the problem with a lot of these guys get really big, though.
Yeah.
We've seen it with sports people for decades. They just piss away all their money buying themselves fancy things and shit they don't need, big fancy cars and jewelry and dumb shit like that. And these guys probably pay a lot of whores, let's be honest.
Libra says, I saw Abba and Preach's vid on this. So did I. So did I. They took a little too much joy in it. They have a lot more personal stake in it because those guys have gotten personal with each other. I still don't think the demonetization is cool, especially not. Am I wrong, Jack, that go ahead and take people out of the advertiser program, but leave them with Super Chat?
I mean, they could. I honestly don't know why they don't.
The whole notion of taking them out of the advertiser thing was because advertisers would be averse to your content. Well, clearly your own audience isn't.
Yeah, well, they don't care about the audience, though. This is about their opinion. You have the wrong opinion, ergo your audience has the wrong opinion, and you need to be stopped.
Think about this, Jack. When Sin got his demonetization, they kept his money because they, according to their own rules, once you're kicked out of the Google AdSense can hold on to the money that's in there. They will not pay
until
you
requalify.
Till you requalify.
And then
Sin had $3,000 in there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine how much Fresh and Fit have sitting in their AdSense account?
It was probably a lot, and now it's a lot of nothing.
Probably tens of thousands just sitting there.
Google's going to keep all that money. We know it.
Well, it's still going to show up. There will be an accounting of it that says it's there. You just can't get it out unless you requalify.
Yeah, which means never, because they're never going to let you requalify.
Yeah. Sin got screwed. He absolutely got screwed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of people
100%.
got screwed over at that time. And he's one of the few that didn't get remonetized.
Linus Media downfall is funny. It's so sad because all they had to do was have some kind of fucking standards. We talked about the Linus thing the other day where they're just like the mouse thing. The mouse thing is so fucking dumb. They reviewed a mouse, and it's a gaming mouse. And with a gaming mouse, Jack, what you really want is it to be very responsive and fast. You need it to glide quickly. Well, they did a review on it, and like it has so much drag. And the company came out and went, there's little plastic that you have to peel off the sliders. And they're like, nuh-uh. They come out and they say, no, there was no plastic on it. And then they come out and go, there was plastic on it, but you guys should have done a better job letting people know there's plastic on it.
Like read the directions.
Yeah. That is such a dumbass reason to get in trouble for a review you were doing. I mean, and something so easy, you should have immediately taken down the original video. Been like, guys, we made a huge mistake on this. Here's the actual review of this now that we've done it the right way.
Yeah, because now that we've figured out we're idiots. They should have owned it. It would have been hilarious.
Right? Understatement, thank you. By the way, Streamlabs isn't taking my payment methods now, which is why I'm doing it here. Also, Lauren Chen is on whatever in California right now. Pray for her, Jack. Why is she in California?
Yeah, that's weird.
She's on. Is she on the whatever podcast tonight?
Oh, she's not a dirty whore. What's she doing on there?
Seems like a weird place for her to go. Yeah, guys, I've had a couple of people tell me. Who's the other one? Keldrick hasn't been able to donate through Streamlabs for a while, and I don't fucking know why, guys. I wish I did.
That's really weird.
Because trust me, I would much rather donations through there than on YouTube, simply for the fact I get them immediately.
Yeah, and you get to keep more of it.
Is she's arguing with dirty whores? I mean, fair enough. That seems like a pointless discussion, honestly. Unless you're doing it for the lulz, right?
Oh, I mean, yeah, if it's funny, but arguing with dirty horse, she's not negotiating price, so
Right. There was one chick today on YouTube that said, or I'm sorry, on Twitter, who said, I'm paraphrasing here, but I'll get it mostly right. That if a woman hasn't had multiple wieners in her, then she's going to be an unsatisfied wife and mother because she'll always be saying, "What if?"
If you're constantly saying "what if," you're not in a happy relationship.
I mean, I can understand being like, because Jack, I haven't been with a lot of women. I got married very young.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand like, I wonder what that would be like. But if it gets to the point where it's making you unsatisfied in your relationship, I feel like it's not the wieners that's the problem.
Yeah. I haven't been with a whole lot of women because, they escape. But, it is what it is.
I just can't believe that. And okay, you're thinking, what if? Does that mean you're actually, well, if I found a different penis that fit just a little bit better, I would actually leave this relationship. Isn't that the implication there?
Yes. And it kind of goes to the disloyalty that seems to be bred into people these days. Like you should level up. You should leave the person you're with and get somebody better.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty disgusting thing to do.
That's weird to me.
It's unhealthy too.
To be thinking it that way, like, yeah, I want to try that other dick because maybe that's the way I should have gone. And to me, that really comes off as more of a male thing than a female thing, where females tend to look for security rather than that perfect wiener. Like there's a golden wiener out there that fits just perfect and like it unlocks utopia in your relationship. Eagle, thank you so very much. Who says checking to see if it works. I'm glad it did for you. For some of you, if you're doing especially through credit card, it might be your banks because banks like to cut off Streamlabs for some reason. You got to call them and get it fixed through them. We've had that happen many times on the show.
Yeah.
It
might be an update. If you're using a phone app, there might be an update too.
True. It's called Hypergamy. Women do it more.
Because women are dirty whores. I mean,
but for the wiener, you know what I mean?
Well, we've become a sex-obsessed culture. It's no longer about building a family and being with somebody you love. Now it's just about the immediate pleasure that person can give you.
But see, that's where I have a problem with it being women leaving for the wiener. Because we watched a lot of Kevin Samuels. How many times did those women go, yeah, I was just curious about other wiener? That's never what it was. It was money or status or he'll treat me nicer. That's the reasons women get. It's never, everything was perfect, but his wiener was just bent a little crooked and it kept poking me in my hip when he thrust it in. You know what I mean? Women seem very forgiving when it comes to wieners. Is that Phoebe? That's absolutely Miss Phoebe. That's also, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, that is her favorite toy. It's a little sloth that she carries all around the house. Look how fluffy her belly is. Don't touch that belly. She will destroy you.
She wants belly rubs.
Hypergamy is about trading up for successful guys, not the penis. Exactly. There was who was it? Adam 22, that idiot that went out and told the whole world his woman was going to bang a black guy, and then they filmed it, and then he got really mad because everybody called him a cuck.
Yeah.
He came out to defend Logan Paul today.
Of course he did.
And he actually said this. Having a woman who's been with a lot of guys is actually more desirable, makes her more desirable.
Sure.
And I was like, in what world? No offense, ladies. I don't think it should make you necessarily less desirable, although whether you want to hear it or not, it really does for a lot of guys. But I've never heard a guy going, man, my chick has been railed by the whole county. And because of that, I had to marry her. You know what I mean?
Ew.
Tall person, thank you so much. Happy National Bacon Lovers Day. Happy National Bacon Lovers Day to you as well. So, not really a Muslim holiday, huh?
Probably not.
Bet you get a lot of subs due to displaying the furry pussy because she's so cute. Or because yours is so cute. She really is. She's adorable.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Look at the kitty. Her little pink belly. You can see it right there. I'm pointing at my screen. You guys can't see where I'm pointing, but right there. Middle of the screen, more to the about halfway between a quarter of the way to the right from center. There we go. You can see her fluffy little pink belly underneath there. Well, I guess the pink belly itself isn't fluffy. That came out weird.
Just gonna let it sit there. I don't know what to say to that.
Use your mouse. Hell no, I'm being lazy tonight, and my keyboard drawer is pushed in, and I'm not pulling it out right now. I'm pointing to it. You should be able to see it.
Use your imagination.
I'm gonna come steal your cat. No. And by the way, she'd hide from you. She's very, very nervous around other people. Which is cute because she's really taken to the middle little because she's been here so much. And she was over yesterday. And Phoebe was just walking circles around her like, hello, it's nice to see you again.
Pet me.
And she knows the rules about petting her and not to touch her belly and not to get her face in Phoebe's face because Phoebe does not like that. So yeah, she's very gentle with her. Anyhow, back to the fresh and fit thing because that's what I was really talking about.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Thank you, tall person who says Happy National Lemonade Day. Oh, thank you. Happy National Lemonade Day to you too.
Lemonade and bacon. What a weird combo.
I don't know. Sounds fine to me. It's very breakfasty.
Lemon bacon. Nah, I'm good. Monkey refuses to pull it out. That's why he has kids. That's absolutely true. Especially for one of them. Whoopsie. I really hate that this kind of stuff happens because it devalues the arguments about whether these guys are worth listening to anyway, because it ends up being about them being demonetized rather than what they're saying is shit. Because a lot of what they say is shit. Just being honest.
Yeah.
Doc, thank you so much. I'm not pulling it out right now. Ranting Monkey, approximately 9 months before the birth of the daughter Monkey. And actually, it's the youngest son of Monkey. Just saying. The thought of pulling out the sweetie, if you're listening, just stop for about 2 seconds. Never entered my mind when it came to the conception of my daughter. So that was never even a discussion. All right, you can start listening again, kiddo. It takes away from the real discussions about what these idiots are saying. And frankly, Fresh and Fit, they're very much like all of these red pill guys, right? Some of what they say is valid. Absolutely 100% valid. And then a lot of what they say is just trash. And now it's becoming an argument about whether or not they deserved to get demonetized. And unless you can point to something, yes, okay, they have their guidelines, but their guidelines are fucking arbitrary to begin with. You and I both know this.
Oh, yeah.
And to point to the guidelines and go, oh, see, they broke the terms of service. Bullshit. They're purposefully vague so that they can hit anybody at any time they choose to. So I don't want to hear the argument about, well, they broke it. Yeah, did they push the line? Yeah, I certainly. When Fit was running around doing an impression of Preach and he's acting like a monkey.
We could get away with that.
Yeah, if a white guy did that, they'd be kicked off the platform immediately.
Permanently. Never back on. Yeah.
Fresh and Fit mainly have various girls on and expose them to the red pill beliefs and profit off their reactions. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that necessarily. They've gotten, at least in my experience, recently, say the last couple of months, they've gotten more into having actual debates on there with guys debating other guys. Like they had Fuentes versus Destiny not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
They had the one where Destiny and Sneeko were arguing against Rolo. So I mean, they've gotten a little more into that kind of stuff too. But that, see, this is what I'm talking about. You can talk about what they said and talk about some of the stupid shit they've done, and it's a valid thing to argue about whether or not people should even be paying attention to this crap. But to take that and be like, oh, they said something disagreeable, so that's what they get. I'm just not in that space. I don't agree with that kind of shit. I've seen so many people get their channels, which at the time were their livelihood, seriously damaged because of this exact same stupid shit.
Yeah.
If you guys don't like it, don't fucking watch it. It's really that easy. And advertisers, you don't want to advertise on there, don't fucking put it on there. I don't want to be on their channel. It's that easy. They give you all kinds of tools. They have all kinds of tools for these different various companies. I don't want to be on there because it might come back and end up in a Wall Street Journal article one day. Tons of them. So do it that way. Or my suggestion, fucking kick them out of the advertising part of that, because I can't believe they were getting ads on their fucking videos.
Yeah. But again, it shows they favor certain types of content.
And they really do. Jack, I hate to do this, but I need to lean on you real hard right now. I got to step away.
Okay. What's up, chat? Staying sexy out there. Let's see. Wait, the check has to say, yeah. It's, oh, hey, Michael. Other individuals' channels got nuked as well. Yeah, they did that to Sin. Anything associated with that account also gets demonetized. It's something that, relatively new. Past couple of years, they started doing that. So you have an association with an account that's not advertiser friendly. So all of your channels get demonetized. And they keep all the money. Yes, Retro, it's the Jack Show. Megatron had to pee, I think. Monkey hit a pooping... yeah, right? I have a good 30-second video for the end of the show. Palette cleanser. I don't know if we're going to do anything like that, but yeah, you can send it to me, Dangerous. I'll have to look at it before we watch it, though. That's hard to do in the middle of the show. So, what are you guys doing? How you doing, Keever Dam? Popularity of Destiny's a litmus test for how screwed we are. Yep. I don't understand Destiny's popularity. I think the dude's really annoying. And I don't think he's as smart as most people seem to think. He's just good at, like, gish galloping and being a dick. And I know he's gotten better about that, but I don't like the guy. So, I don't know what to tell you. But as far as them getting demonetized, it's kind of shitty. It probably does have something to do with having Fuentes on. Maybe that was some sort of catalyst where they just finally went too far. Did you see the article by Trump's mom I tweeted today? Yes. I have it saved already. Excuse me. I'm getting a little bit of a cold, too. Scientists are going nuts because of the weather. I'm working as usual. Oh, I'm sorry, Dixie. Sorry to hear that. Oh, thank you, Retro V Gamer, for that very, very generous donation. Pre-financing the next Sunshine stream. I was hoping to do one this weekend, but some people bailed on some stuff they were supposed to do, so I had to do it, and it became a fiasco. And I got like no sleep between last night and today. Yeah, Eagle might have been jumping up and down too. You're further north than me, so you're probably getting it a lot worse. But man, I am not built for this weather, this transitionary weather. I love fall; it's best season, especially in Ohio. You get beautiful falls here, but man, that transition between summer and fall really does a number on me. I'm gonna try and sneak it in, Frosted. Oh, nice. Congratulations, Dangerous. Hope it works out. Yeah, I hope you feel better, Eagle. Got hit for list of things that done. Oh yeah, it's a there's a mounting case. Um, it's just yeah, they went a little too far one last time. No worries, understatement. I understand completely. Oh, as everyone gets this sick thing. Last time was like 6 years ago. Oh, showing off, eh? Just because I eat like garbage and I don't like physical exercise or this outdoors thing. Well, I had to help my mom walk around today for her exercises, and oh man, she has a lot of balance problems. So I was like, we're both gonna die if you fall. Have you been to Hocking Hills during the fall? Yeah, Hocking Hills is awesome in the fall. Even Amish country has pretty decent falls because you could go see all the Amish stuff. Like Ohio is this weird patchwork of like the plains and some rolling hills down south. There's some really cool places. Favorite type of fantasy race? I don't know. Elves probably. Elves are pretty cool. Fuck gnomes. Unless they're real gnomes. Real gnomes are supposed to be pretty badass, but fantasy gnomes, they're just fake dwarves. But you have a trail cam. Yeah, I have to set those up. Thank you for mentioning that. Because I had to change the batteries and get a bunch of video off of them. And I didn't get as much video as I wanted, but you get what you get. And I got some good deer shots, but I got to put the cameras back up. Oh, I didn't realize that, Eagle. I wonder if they conflict with the Muslims. Mennonites are Amish with cars. Yeah, they're like New Order Amish. Gnomes are exiled dwarves. Drow and demonkin are the most fun races. Drow are always interesting for bad guys. I don't really know that much about what the lore they're doing these days with D&D. I'm so rusty on that shit. No, I haven't gotten the scroll yet. I set the trap, which had to go blow $10 on batteries. Giant pain in the dick. Nice, Dangerous. Any Mothman? No, I'm too far north for Mothman. If I was down by Gallipolis, maybe, because there was a bunch of sightings of him over in Gallipolis.
Sorry about that, dude.
Oh, no worries. You all right?
Yeah.
Gotta take the cameras out of the dungeon again. No, there's permanent ones down there.
While I was gone, thank you, Dark Resurrect, for that feminist $12. It's almost like free market would regulate itself in this case. That's dangerous thinking, monkey. We need our betters deciding what we can or what can and cannot make money. Indeed. And thank you, Snowflame, who said, was cleaning an apartment recently. The shithead renters left 2 kittens, no food, no water for 2 days at least. Disgusting. Oh, fuck them.
That's evil, man. Wow, I'd be pretty lit up if I found that.
Yeah. Fuck them. Well, horrible people do that.
Evil people.
Yeah. Anyhow, if there's any articles or anything you want to discuss, that's fine. I'm happy to. Like I said, I just didn't really have much other than random thoughts. If you look in your side chat, you'll see, Jack. That's why we didn't do a show yesterday. Anyhow, like you are, yeah, I'm fine. It just, shit happens. There's a Rome girl from last time. Yeah, I mean, we can check that out in a little while.
Yeah. No, I've got a ton of articles if you want to talk about something specific, but
no, like I said, I'm just every so often, Jack. I really like the ones where we just chat.
Yeah,
and one, it also gives us a better interaction with the audience on those days.
Oh yeah, because you actually read chat.
Well, yeah, like right now I'm actually facing chat directly, where normally I would be looking at the other screen, whether it's for articles or to make sure the stream health and all that is fine. But yeah, I'm actually leaned back in my chair staring directly at chat. This is your time, guys.
This is your time to shine.
there's stuff you guys want to talk about, it's a good time to bring it up. Did you see the bullshit from Hunter's lawyers?
No, I don't think so. I saw a couple of things on Hunter today. They're talking about having Joe testify.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, do it. Then I'll show them.
Real quick, old guy asked, potatoes or stovetop? Depends on what kind of potatoes.
Depends on what kind of stovetop, too.
That as well, yeah.
If I can, I'm having both.
Do you want to talk about the Women's World Cup final? Not really. I'm not a soccer fan. I did watch the highlights of the game between Sweden and Australia. Sweden walked away with the bronze medal for beating Australia in that one. Have they done the final yet?
I have no idea.
I'm going to be honest with you. I only tuned into that one because the Swedes are hot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like watching Swedish curling team. Like, yeah, you lean over, honey.
That's right. They're very, very beautiful girls, and they're good at what they do for female soccer. But no, Politico dropped an article today, really long one, Jack, and it's kind of hinted that this information comes from the Justice Department, but if you read it, it becomes very clear it came from Hunter's lawyers. But it's all about the negotiations that went on behind the scenes to get that sweetheart plea deal.
Oh.
And to try to make it seem as though the only reason they gave any charges was because of pressure from Congress, the damn Republicans, specifically Grassley. I think Grassley's the only member of Congress they mention. It's really weird the way this all went down. Because, by the way, in the article, they do mention that Hunter, all 5 years, he didn't pay his taxes correctly. But it's only mentioned really briefly at the beginning of the article. And then the rest of the time, they only talk about the 2 misdemeanors. But Hunter's lawyer told the prosecutor that, hey, if you go through with this and you actually make this go to trial, we're going to have to call Joe Biden. I'm not sure why they'd have to call Joe Biden over Hunter's taxes. But we'd have to,
it's a mystery what the big guy's getting involved in.
Right. But we'd have to have him come in and argue against his own Justice Department. What? Why? Why? Before I went to sleep, Hispanics outnumbered the other ethnic groups in Houston. I just thought they already had. That's not new, is it?
Oh, I don't know. I thought that too.
I mean, it's Texas. I expect there to be, and that's not, I'm not being rude or anything. It's just right there on the fucking border. Same as California. It's Southern California. I expect there to be a lot of Mexicans. Yeah. New Mexico, Southern Nevada,
Arizona.
Just like I expect there's lots of Canadians up here, and there fucking are. They bring their damn coins down here and try to use them.
Oh my God, I have a jar full of Canadian coins because a lot of places, the weird thing about like Michigan and Ohio and even Indiana, you always get Canadian coins in your change. No matter where you are in those states, you'll get it. And a lot of places, if you go to other states, won't take them. You go to like Pennsylvania, and they're like, this isn't real money. Get it out of here. But other places, you hand the cashiers a Canadian coin, they're not going to say anything. You hand them all Canadian coins, they're going to tell you to fuck off.
I didn't realize other states didn't take them because, here it's just, fuck it. It's a Canadian coin. Okay, Canada's right there.
Yeah.
But, apparently other states, they will question whether or not it's real. We did have one person when I worked at McDonald's. They got a Canadian quarter, and I guess they just moved to Michigan or something. And they got in a little argument with the person. I'm like, what's going on? Like, this isn't a real coin. I'm like, it's Canadian. Take it. It's fine. Sorry, sir. She's new. But we fucking Canadian coins are everywhere. Does that happen down in like Texas and Lower California? Do you guys just take pesos? I'm not. I don't know.
I've heard of some restaurants doing that.
I would imagine. I mean, you just take it to the bank, and the bank does the exchange.
Yeah, but I mean, is it worth anything?
Well, I mean, the Canadian dollar compared to the American dollar, last I knew, wasn't even close on parity.
No.
And never really has been, but we still took their quarters like it was nothing. Now, I don't remember us ever taking cash, but their coins we take
No,
like
but
nobody's
their
business.
coins are look enough like ours that if you're just like, unless you hear them clinking because they have a different sound, and vending machines won't take them. Like even Coinstar won't take Canadian coins because I tried to get rid of them all that way.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it'll sort them out and they'll just drop down. Real quick, thank you, Drama Llama. Thoughts about the Larry Elder versus Charlemagne the God interview? I don't care. I hate Charlemagne. I think he's a tard, and Larry Elder's just doing it for attention.
I didn't see it. I'll have to check it out. I would like to see that one just for the lulls.
Yeah, Larry Elder's a smart dude. I like him, but I don't care about that conversation.
Yeah, he's got no chance in hell of being president.
No, he's done this before, where he runs for president to drum up some attention, maybe a book deal, and then go back to doing his radio show.
Yeah, but yeah, Charlemagne's an idiot. And with Charlemagne, I don't actually think he's an idiot. I think he just his ideology makes him an idiot, because I've heard the guy be smart before.
Oh yeah. He's an average dude, but he's so blinded by his ideology that he can't get out of that.
Yeah,
he's in a cult. Yeah, he's in the woke BLM type cult.
There are many foreign coins in Texas, but people try to not take them. Oh, fair enough.
I've gotten some weird ones before. When I worked at Rosetta Stone, somebody paid, and they left some coins on the table or the counter as a tip, and one of them was looked like Arabic, probably Saudi coin. It was about the size of a quarter. So I kept it because it was cool. It was a tip anyway. But
fair enough.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of coins over the years. They're just like random weird ones that people have given me. So that sit in a pile. And my brother used to give me ones when he'd go overseas on tour. So he'd give me a bunch of random coins too. He had a hell of a collection.
Okay, I just got to read this. Anthem Warden says, hey, once a woman hits 4 dicks, she will never be satisfied again, as it burns out part of their brain, and it was actually proven by CAT scans. I'm going to need to see the evidence on that one.
I mean, can you scan something that tiny?
I mean, I suppose you could. I'm just not understanding how the vagina to brain thing exactly works.
Well, women can't handle a lot of input, because they got tiny girl brains. So
I'm not agreeing with Jack here. You women have giant brains. I've seen some of your foreheads.
You know who has the largest brains? They found this out in the 1800s because they used to think that having a large brain meant you were smarter. The largest brains are mentally retarded people. So you just insulted all women and said they're retarded.
I didn't say they had the biggest brains. I said they had big brains. That's a good one, tall person. Have we seen the drama between Elon Musk and James Woods? Yes, I have. And I think James Woods is wrong on that. This goes back to whether or not we get rid of the block button over there on Twitter. And just to reiterate my point, I think that the mute is fine. And if you can't take it, then you probably shouldn't be on social media in the first place. But James Wood is very, very upset because they're getting rid of the block button, and it's just for money. James Woods is one of the most blocking people on Twitter. If you say something he doesn't like, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be rude to him, but ideologically different than him, then he will block you in a heartbeat. I've seen him do it many, many, many times.
I think Shatner's a little worse, but yeah, he's pretty bad. I like James Wood. He's really funny, but yeah, he's kind of a blocker.
I don't follow Shatner, so I'll take your word on that one. But I've seen James Woods do it a ton. And I'm with you. I like James Woods. I think what he posts is funny as hell and often informative.
Yeah, he's
But
super fucking smart too. Like
but
him and Peter Weller should hang out together.
the block button and the mute button in his case would be pretty much the same because he's just muting people so he doesn't have to hear them. And I saw this. There was a Spaces today, Jack, and it was empathy and the block button. And the guy was making the case that a lot of these people are out there going, but we have to do this to protect the children. We need the block to protect the children. I didn't see anybody make that argument. What I did see tons of people doing was women coming up there telling me, we need the block button. This one chick, I forget her name and I don't really care, but she said she posts pictures of herself and sometimes little vlogs of herself when she goes to Dunkin' in the mornings. She really likes Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know why. And she said, people will comment on it. And it's not even about what I'm doing or anything. They just mention my boobs.
Yeah.
So?
What's your point? Don't put your boobs on the internet then. Have it collarbone up. I don't know what to tell you, dum-dum.
She has the greatest reason ever for needing the block button rather than the mute. You ready for this?
Sure.
If she just mutes these people and they still are allowed to comment under her video or under her picture, don't you think her friends are going to tell her what was said?
Tell your friends you don't care and you don't want to hear it.
Right? Why are your friends telling you about shit you like, hey, I'm muting you, and you clearly have made it a known thing that you don't want people talking about your boobs. Why are your friends out there going, hey, look, this person's talking about your boobs too? That's
Apparently
you and your friends' problem. What's that? I'm sorry.
Apparently her friends are dicks.
Right? I mean, what kind of fucking friends do you have? Now, the real problem, Jack, I don't know how many people you mute, but when you mute somebody and they respond to something you said, you will see it in your mentions thing, your activity thing. And what it'll say is, this is from a person you've muted. Would you like to see what they said? And they can't stop themselves from clicking on it.
Oh, so it's poor impulse control.
It's exactly what it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had several arguments with people over the last couple of days where it's like, this one guy I was just arguing with before the show. And he said that he should be able to block. I'm like, why? And his answer was, so that his followers don't have to see what was said. Like, who made you the fucking arbiter of who can see what?
The Apostle Paul.
All of your followers have the exact same option to mute people that you do.
No,
this is just
special.
Blocking is just a way to shut down discussion. And I'll give you a great example of this. I don't even know what I said because I can't see the link to it. But somebody replied to me yesterday telling me that I needed to be drummed off the platform.
Oh.
And I went to reply to him and I'm blocked. See,
that'll learn you.
Yeah, you can say really horrible shit to people and then block them, and they have no recourse in answering that.
Oh, meanwhile, I think they call that a jarbo.
Indeed. Indeed. Meanwhile, the people who follow them can see it and then come give you shit too. And that's fine. And look, I don't care. By all means, come fuck with me. I don't give a shit. I'll ignore you because I'm a grown-up, or I'll fuck with you because I'm also a child. I guess I should get that caveat out there, right?
Yeah, well, it's a dichotomy many of us face.
I just want to be honest. You know what I mean? You've been bouldered, indeed.
Yeah, he rolled over you, steamrolled you with his boulder. It's boulderific. No, I think that Elon did a really poor job of explaining why they're getting rid of the block button. I think that's part of the problem. If he explained, hey, the mute button does basically the same thing. Here's why we're getting rid of that. You still have the mute button. If he had done that and explained it, I think this would have gone over differently. Because all these people that are freaking out probably forgot about the mute button, honestly. And they don't realize what it does.
You might be right on that, but I haven't seen anybody who doesn't understand mute. All of their arguments are about the fact that if you mute somebody, Well, they can still answer, and then other people can see it under your post. So, and that's my problem with the block button. If you block somebody, you can't see what they said, or kind of like Taylor Lorenz. I can't see anything she posts. I cannot tell you how many times people have sent me links to different folks. TYT is one of the greatest because Cenk. People send me his links to what he said all the time. I can't see it. I'm blocked by the fucker. There's no good reason for me not to be able to read that just because he doesn't want to see what I say to him. By all means, block or mute me, motherfucker. But if you say something, especially when we're literally talking about politics in this case, why should that be a way to shut down conversation? Real quick, speaking of shut down conversation, Bearing is back. He's been on Twitter for a little while, but he is back on his Bearing account. That is at bear_ing. After 5 years, he's got his account back today, Jack.
Yay! I saw that.
So welcome back, my friend. I love Bearing. Bearing's a great guy, and him and Sugar Tits are one of my favorite couples on the internet, Jack.
Oh yeah, they're hilarious.
I love them. They're funny as hell. But I just don't believe in shutting down conversation that way. And it's always been my problem with the block feature. If you want to make it so you don't have to hear somebody, fine. Whatever you need to call it a block. But allow for them to see what you said. There's no good reason to block them from seeing what you said. And all of the arguments that I've seen, Jack. Now, look, when it comes to the whole advertiser thing, that probably had something to do with it. Maybe
I'm sure it did.
Like you said, you block a lot of advertisers. I've never had to block them. I've muted them before.
No, I'm spiteful like that. What can I say?
No, that's fair. Anthem, thank you so much. Okay, look up the Terrence Pop at redoncoolest.com, whatever. He's just getting to the point where he's saved more than 500 people's lives on the subject of men and women's relationships, and they're starting to go after him because they don't want to admit that he's keeping. I mean, I'll have to check it out, but yeah, not familiar at all. Thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. I just don't like the idea of shutting down conversation. I hate that. And I think it's part of the problem that we have with all of the tribal bullshit. I think it's part of the everybody being in their own little fucking bubble. Well, by all means, you can still be in your little bubble, but if you say something that I disagree with or that I agree with, even if you don't want to see what I say about it, I should still be able to see it so that I can respond to it.
No.
One guy told me it doesn't affect your speech at all. You can go to your timeline and say whatever you want. I'm like, how? Using my fucking psychic ability to know what was said?
Yes.
So, I mean,
you don't have psychic abilities? What?
Bubble butt is probably the right way to say it, Faithless, because most of the people that are in their bubble have their heads up their asses, if I'm being honest. And that goes for left, right, and center. You should be willing to at least read the other side. You don't have to even engage with them, but you should be able, if for no other reason, to better your own fucking argument, man.
Whatever, I do what I want.
I do what I want. Oh my God, man, I'm playing through the fucking South Park game, and how they got away with the shit they put in both of those games is beyond me. It's funny as hell. I went upstairs yesterday and I was playing it, and the little one was running around and they started saying something. I'm like, nope, can't be playing that right now. Nope. The main character's parents get into a really gross argument. Like, yeah, I had to turn that shit off in the middle of it. But Monkey, what does that say? Libertinism? Was that libertarianism? Ban anyone from being around you or yours. I just don't like that idea. Like, even when I've muted very few people, Jack, but one of them was Ufio because he just was annoying the shit out of me. I'm like, I do not have the self-control not to just slap this fucker around all day. And so I muted him. But I would often see people from my, my followers list responding to whatever the dumb fucker said. And then I just go, nope, don't care, and keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't see it. And he was allowed to read what I said and respond to it. And there's no problem with that. And I'm tired of all of it being, well, what about harassment? Shut the fuck up. Most of the harassment you guys are talking about, like that chick, she says this, Jack. And they're just responding to my boobs. It's not even about my boobs, but it's all they talk about. Do you know what that feels like?
Soft and cushiony. Oh, no, you didn't mean her boobs. You meant, okay, I'm with you now.
I don't even understand that. Do you know what that feels like? No, because I would be like, I don't care what you have to say.
Like
I'd scroll the fuck past it. Why are you that invested in what people are talking about your boobs? And do you not get, and I hope you do, that they're doing it because they know it drives you nuts?
Whatever.
All women have to deal with that. Well, then you should be okay with it by now.
Yeah, what about the chicks with the like itty bitty titties?
Oh,
do they have to deal with that?
What about let's be honest, a lot of the really horrible shit said about women, it's just like in real life, it's said by other women.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not to say no guys do it. And if you guys are out there doing, just stop it. Oh, nice boobs. No woman is on there unless she's clearly trying to get the attention for it, Jack. Nobody wants to hear that you think they have nice boobs. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So get some social skills. It's weird.
It's not the compliment you think it is. So stop.
Or is it?
How about you have a nice smile? How about that? Boobs. Some of y'all, this is why you're lonely. Okay. You're lonely because, like Jack just said, no social skills. They don't want to hear about their boobies. They live with them. 0. Holy shit. Baron got his original Twitter back. 32 minutes behind, catching up at 1.5. You'll be here soon. Monkey, you have nice boobs. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, I like to say things like, you have very nice boobs, which rests I'm sorry. No, let me start over. You have a very nice smile, which is just north of your boobs.
Did you see that one chick who made her TikTok telling people going to the gym doesn't make you better than anyone?
Yeah, so she's a dummy and a liar. Because going to the gym is going to keep you alive.
All right. I said, I didn't have anything specific, and I didn't, but we're going to watch that video real quick because there's something that's got to be pointed out about that video. We can't just leave it at this chick because now some of y'all don't understand the exact context of this. And I feel it's important.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler
No, that's not fair because he did not have 4 titties.
You don't know that.
Yeah, we could see his whole front.
He may have had a couple hidden away in like some special pouch or something. I
don't know about all that. All right, so
Jabba Lynn Reed. What?
All right, here we go.
Friendly reminder.
I can't.
Going to the gym.
What's up?
Not that I don't want to look at it.
Oh.
Doesn't make you better than anyone else.
You got 4 titties, lady.
Yeah. God, this is tough to watch. Sort of looking like Ethan Ralph's body frame.
And look, you can be a good person with that, and it doesn't make you a horrible person, but put on a goddamn shirt. Nobody wants to see your 4 titties, especially when you're out there basically preaching, hey, don't go to the gym.
Yeah, no one wants to look at Snot Monster Chet from Weird Science. Come on, lady. Nobody. Yeah, going to the gym doesn't make you better. Yeah, no, but it makes me not look like that. I kind of want to go join a gym right now.
Yeah, right. And again, you know what? She would still look bigger because she's obviously a bigger girl. But if she had a shirt on, but you know what? Nobody would be able to look at you. You got 4 titties. How you got 4 titties?
Paul, what's your mom's name?
Jabba the Gunt, yeah.
No,
Ralphie,
that's not her name.
Ralphie. Cat lady with 4 titties. When I saw it, because you see the still first, and I thought her bra had slid up or something. And then you see the actual video. It's like, wear a shirt, lady. Just wear a fucking shirt. Oh, man.
It's Diane's birthday.
Diane, it's your birthday. Oh, I feel bad doing that after that discussion.
That's your fault.
Diane, this one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Diane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hope you had a good one. Really, really do. Oh, man. I'm so tired of these people who are trying to make it where trying to better yourself, especially physically, is some kind of horrible thing. It doesn't make you better than me. Well, it at least shows that they have initiative to try to get themselves healthier than you. I would say that makes them better than you, at least in that department. You're fine with having 4 titties. That's not something you should accept in life. Anyway.
Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. Going to the gym just means you're an idiot who doesn't know they can buy simple weights and get the same results and not fork out so much money. Be smart, people. Gyms are a scam. Yeah, but not everybody has the space to do a home gym. Small apartments, stuff like that.
Some people like the social aspect of the gym.
Yeah.
Some people go
meet chicks there.
Some people go there for the trainers. I get what you're saying. Yeah, you can do almost all of it at home. Hell, you don't even need weights. There's a lot of stuff you can do just within your own apartment with things on hand, different cans and stuff. There used to be a whole book on that, Jack. There was a whole movement for a while about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, if they got the money to go to the gym and want to, fuck it, I don't care.
It's a good excuse to get out of the house and get away from your wife and kids and meet women. I mean,
and you don't have to find a place for it. You don't have to repair the equipment. There's reasons for it.
You can hang out in the locker room and just be naked or whatever you do. I don't know.
Yeah, as a woman in the women's locker room with your schlong.
Yeah. It's got some swelling. Who wants to help release the infection?
No, those aren't testicles. It's labia.
Yeah, those are my lady balls.
Anyhow, guys, we're brought to you by you.
Again.
We're brought to you by you. Hit the like button, the share button. If you would, please consider donating to Jack or myself. The link is in the top of your YouTube chat, and it is in your Rumble and YouTube descriptions. Oh, man. I didn't mean to get distracted by that lady, but that pissed me off. I'm so tired of this nonsense. What is wrong with telling people it's okay to get healthy?
Well, because they want us all fat and sick. Let's face it. Fat people don't rebel as much as healthy people.
That's true. It's hard for them. They're just content. Anyway. My son weightlifts our dogs. Good God. Dumbbells the Chihuahua and bench presses the 100-pound cattle dog. Good God. And the dogs are okay with that?
I don't think they're given much of a choice, especially the Chihuahuas.
They got teeth.
Yeah, they do bite quite a bit, too.
Little nappy bastards. Little wannabe cats. Dude, I asked for pictures of cats on Twitter and got so many beautiful cat pictures sent to me. You guys got really nice-looking pets out there. But I started it with a picture of my Phoebes there because she's just sweetie. Look, I should take that down because every time I look at them, she's so cute. I turn into Elmira. I can't help it.
Weirdo.
I like kitty cats. There was this picture of a guy cuddling a crocodile or an alligator. It's a little baby one. I don't know. And somebody had asked the question, are apex predators the cure for male loneliness. And I'm like, yeah, cats.
Yeah, cats are apex.
They're apex.
Gators, they're dangerous, but they're not apex. They get killed by pythons, for God's sake.
Yeah. Kitty cats are badass, man. In many parts of the animal kingdom, top of the food chain.
Yeah. Fuzzy murder hobos.
How is Grand Monkey's kitty doing? Good. Losing the leg has not slowed her down a bit.
Should they rename her Tripod?
No. Her name is Polly.
Oh, Tripod sounds better.
Named for Polly Pocket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's apparently just as active as she ever was. And it's weird to watch her walk because you're expecting that other leg. But she jumps and does all the kinds of things that a kitty cat does. So yeah, she recovered well. The cattle dog probably loves it. Dogs are weird like that. Dogs are weird. And they're so needy. So I'm not a dog person. As needy as my kitty cat gets, I mean, most of the day she's like, could you just leave me the fuck alone?
Yeah, go away, human.
Yeah.
They're very independent creatures, whereas dogs are like, we're buddies, right? We're still buddies right now, right? What about now? We'll play. Yeah. We'll play ball. What if we get a stick? Hey, what are you doing? I farted.
Did you see the story, speaking of weird girlfriends, about that chick who just got a life sentence, or she's expected to get a life sentence tomorrow, for driving her car 100 miles an hour into a building to kill her boyfriend and a friend of his?
I missed that one, but surprised? No. Women are nuts and very vengeful.
They were actually surprised when they got to the scene because she was still alive. Her boyfriend was in the passenger seat. His friend, who was just looking for a ride home, was in the back seat, and they were both killed. Jesus. And her mom tried claiming she had like some salt problem that made her pass out now and then.
Being crazy is not a salt problem.
She had the nerve to go to his obituary page and put all of this nonsense on there about how much she missed him and shit.
That's fucking evil, man.
Dirty bitch. There was evidence that she had threatened to drive the car into the fucking wall. But nah, she ain't mean any of that. Corey, thank you. I think I've said this before, but we also have a cat with 3 legs. Her name is Ernestine. My dad calls her Tripod. I call her Ernestine. I think you've mentioned the cat before. I don't remember the Ernestine part. But thank you for the donation. Yeah, the way they described the poor bastard in the back seat, they're like, yeah, she treated him like he was luggage. She didn't give a shit that he was in the car.
Wow, that poor guy, man. Talk about wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah. Never get in the car with your friend's crazy bitch driving.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, she was apparently trying to kill all 3 of them and only got the 2 guys. So she's going away for probably life, but that life sentence, depending on which source I read, Jack, she'll be eligible for parole anywhere from 16 to 32 years from now.
That's still not long enough.
19 years old, man. 19. I gotta put some lotion on.
The lotion. The monkey puts the lotion on its skin.
I'm ashy, man. You white people, you get ashy. Make sure you're using lotion, man. Just because you're white and it blends in doesn't mean you don't have it.
Ashy. Whatever.
Black don't crack because they use lotion. Put some lotion on you, dirty white bastards. Anyway.
The joys of cocoa butter tonight on Monkey in the Morning.
That's right. Oh man, cocoa butter, shea butter, pretty much any butter except like margarine. You put that shit all over yourself. You don't want to use margarine, man. You're gonna give your girlfriend some cholesterol problems.
Nah, that's what's keeping Melanie Mack young. I think she eats like sticks of butter.
Do you know people who do that?
Weird.
I know people who eat butter, and some of them are in my family, so I'm not going to shame them on the show. But oh my God, stop it! Where you put that lotion, monkey? On my hands and arms. Does that make you hot?
He's doing it slowly just for you.
Thinking about me rubbing my own arms. Put a little bit of it on my chest because I had a little bit too much. That's right. Rubbing my boobies for you. Yeah.
Ew.
How you like that?
I don't like it.
No. It wasn't for you. It was for Jeff.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Heard of deep fried sticks of butter? Oh yeah, they do that shit.
Yeah. I don't want to die of a heart attack quite yet. So
don't do that with margarine. People, butter's actually good. It's why we put it on stuff. Margarine is not. So margarine's all right for cooking. It's not. I still prefer real butter. But if you're gonna eat butter, make sure you're eating, butter, the stuff that actually, the Amish chicks beating off the thing. Do you think Amish chicks? Do you think they give good hand jobs?
I think they probably give hand jobs like a longshoreman because they got calloused hands working that thing and they're just tugging. They're not giving like gentle, sexy handies. They're trying to rip that shit off at the root.
Well, they're trying to milk it. I mean, they're trying.
Yeah,
they're trying to churn it, man. Churning butter. Rough job. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how. I've never seen their hands, so.
Yeah, they tend to do farm jobs, so they're gonna have calloused hands.
It's ribbed for your pleasure.
I don't think that's what that means.
I don't know. I mean, if she spits on her hand first, like she's gonna give you that deal handshake, and then I bet she's done quick. I bet it's done real quick.
I bet it's done real quick too, and there's blood involved.
Just look, I didn't say no pain, no gain, Jack. That's what they say.
God. Yeah, a lot of crying involved in that shit. Not on her part either, like it's supposed to be.
They can jerk start a super tanker.
Right?
Hey, look, I'm just trying. Look, some of you guys out there, you have trouble talking to women, right? I'm trying to help you out. Fresh and Fit is demonetized, so we're going to slide into their thing with helping gentlemen out there. If you're socially awkward, go find yourself a nice Amish girl because they're socially awkward too. And they probably won't even notice how socially awkward you are.
On the upside, they don't know how any technology works, so they'll think you're a wizard.
Yeah. I'm a wizard, Harrietta.
You can watch this movie with me or I'll turn you into a newt.
You want to churn some butter? I'm just saying, I'm trying to help these guys out. You can't start with, the really popular girl. You got to start with the awkward chick, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can always go into like hang out with some like hipsters or something because they tend to be kind of socially awkward too. But that'll end poorly for everyone.
Find the slightly chunky. I know you don't like it, but the slightly chunky chick, really big glasses and obviously hair that needs brushed. She'll probably give you a hand job.
Yeah, all 130 pounds of her jelly rolls. Gross.
Look, man, we got to help these guys out. There's a lot of lonely men out there, and they're looking for direction. And who better to give them direction than a monkey and a stick man?
Yeah, I guess. Well, maybe that's why they're going over Fresh and Fit because they don't understand the brilliance of us. They want a skinny dude and a big fat guy. I don't know.
Damon says, real quick, Damon says, I love me a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, see, Damon, we could hang out and you could jump on that grenade and I'll jump on the skinny grenade that's in the way of your big one.
You better be careful. You're going to break her.
That doesn't sound like a me problem here. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm not going to say that because I'll get in trouble.
You had a donation.
Thank you, Pumpkin Trucker. Point of order. I use a lot of lotion before bed while watching the Christian Science Monitor and just feel dirty afterwards. Yeah, well, look, everybody's got a nighttime routine, dude. I'm not
white
judging
guys. You. I can prove the effectiveness of lotion to you. How dry is your penis? Exactly. Just saying. That was not coming out anywhere. Speaking of people listening to monkeys, Joe fucking Walsh responded to me the other day.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
For those of you who don't know who Joe Walsh is, Joe Walsh used to be a member of Congress one term. And then he started his radio show, and then he ran for president against Donald Trump in 2020 on the Republican ticket, which is really where his stars started to shine, because lefties were like, see, Joe Walsh thinks he's an asshole. But Joe Walsh had tweeted out that he was going on to Acosta over there on CNN. And I was like, watch two assholes? Nah, I'm going to pass. And he actually responded to that.
Yeah.
Why would you respond to that?
And not only that, he quote tweeted you.
He did.
Which, what he said was actually fairly nice. Yeah, he handled it a lot more professionally than I would have expected.
Yeah, he basically told me to have a nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, it's a fairly professional way of handling that.
Yeah, we saw you keep her down. Yeah, but still, why would you? Why? It's a dude with a monkey avatar being an asshole to you on the internet.
Some people just feel compelled to do that. For some reason, I'm having problems talking in chat, so sorry about that, guys. But thanks for linking everything, Assassin. Appreciate it.
A couple of people seem to be having some trouble in there too. Darth Mondo said Joe Walsh, the musician, would have been cooler. Yeah, it would have been. But no, I like to give shit to these assholes because it's funny to me. One person asked me, why would you say something to somebody if you didn't want them to respond? Because it was funny. Yeah.
Wasn't there a baseball player named Joe Walsh?
Maybe. There's been a lot of baseball players, so it probably. But that I remember right offhand, nah.
Yeah, when you first mentioned that Joe Walsh responded to you, I thought you meant John Walsh. And I'm like, what? They find the rest of his kid?
Oh, no.
That was wildly inappropriate of a thought. But
I'm not the biggest fan of John Walsh either. But I wouldn't fuck with that guy unless he'd have to say something really egregious.
Well, at least he helped catch like criminals and stuff.
Yeah. I just out of respect for the fact that he lost his son the way he did, I wouldn't fuck with him. Joe Walsh can go fuck himself though.
Not the musician, the other one. Right.
Did you not want them to respond, or you just don't, or just not expect them to? Big difference. I actually hope they respond. That's the hope. But having been on Twitter for as long as I have, even well thought out people they won't pay any attention to. Call them a dickhead, and suddenly they're like, "How dare you call me a dickhead, Ted Lieu?" Because you're a dickhead.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, it was just funny. Thank you, Buffalo Bill. You're doing it wrong to convince people to use lotion. Remind them that if they don't, it gets the hose again. Well, that's if you're a weird serial killer in a bad movie that way too many people liked.
Buffalo Bill was the highlight of that film.
That I still hate that fucking movie.
Oh yeah, but it gave us that awesome scene of him dancing in his people suit to Goodbye Horses.
That whole thing is creepy.
Jodie
Foster thinks acting is whispering. The only saving grace of that movie literally is Anthony Hopkins, who does a good job playing a fucking serial killer, to the point I think he should probably be on a list.
Yeah.
But the rest of that movie is just trash. Oh my god, I'm acting so hard right now. Speaking of acting hard, that dumb motherfucker, Matt Damon. Some chick asked him a question about his mom's a teacher and he's an actor, and she's like, "You work hard so that you'll get more acting roles, right?" And he's like, "No, I do it because I'm passionate about it. Do you think these people teach for the money when they're underpaid and have to work really hard?" Yeah, I do. Because they were talking specifically about tenured teachers and, lifetime appointment, basically.
Well, tenure makes more money, and yeah, a lot of them just do it for the power that it gives them. So yeah, I do. Some of them do it for the money. Some get paid really well.
I looked it up, Jack. The average for the country. So there's your starting teachers don't make this, but the average teacher salary in the United States is $65,000.
Yeah.
The average salary in the United States is only $60,000.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you got to factor in they get 2 to 3 months off every year, plus holidays,
Yeah.
stuff like that. They get paid holidays.
So I'm not saying they don't work hard, but stop trying to convince me, oh, they just are that passionate about teaching. Well, then why do they bring up the money all the fucking time? And for the record, I've never seen Matt Damon act for free.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. He
Blue
does it because
Demon is better.
he gets paid well. He acts because he gets paid to act. Most people do the job that they do, whether they like the job or not, because they're paid to do it.
Yeah. Well, like Assassin just pointed out, that's more than he made his army sergeant in combat.
Yeah. When I first moved up here, there was people talking, there was a whole thing about teachers needing to be paid more. And at the time, the teachers in this state were paid like 15% higher than the national average for salary.
Mm-hmm.
We need more money because we're passionate about teaching kids. Shut up.
Yeah, a teachers union is always fishing for more money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to feel sorry for them. Yeah, they bitch about having to buy supplies occasionally. You know what? That's a tax write-off. So I don't want to hear it because you're buying supplies for your job. You can write all that off on your taxes.
Yep.
And I don't care. There's plenty of charity programs to give you school supplies.
How about
maybe
this?
Work in a better district.
You're so passionate about teaching. Go get a job that pays better, and in your spare time, go do some free tutoring. Show me how passionate you are about teaching. You're
Frosted.
Passionate about getting a paycheck, like all of us are. And you might have got into it because you thought teaching would be cool. Because most people who decide to be teachers do so when they're like 16. That's when they start talking about, I'm going to be a teacher. Am I wrong about that, Jack?
No, that's usually accurate.
So it's not like they finally get their first sense of teaching people and they're like, oh my God, I was born to be a teacher. I'll do it for free if necessary.
Do you know why I decided to go into education?
The hot chicks?
No, they forced me to pick a major.
There you go. I mean, I'm not trying to take it. I know there's people who enjoy teaching, but there's a difference between enjoying it and being passionate about it.
Did you see what Frosted said?
No. Why don't I see? Oh, there he is. Think these teachers are going to molest for free? Exactly.
I didn't say to read it out loud. I just said to just see it.
Well, I was reading that. Speaking of which, oh my God.
Yeah, LeBron's school is failing everybody. Did you see that? They can't do math.
I did not.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're doing terrible.
I'm not happy that molestation led to a segue here, but Shoe on Head, I don't know if she just discovered Mr. Girl or just discovered the stuff he's been saying recently. Mr. Girl's that weirdo who said that if you're turned on by cuties, that's a you problem.
Oh, that weirdo. Yeah.
Yeah. He said a lot of pedophilic shit, including thinking the CP should be all right. And she just came out and went, this guy's a fucking weirdo.
Accurate, but to join the team 3 years late or something.
Oh, no. I like I said, I don't know. No matter what you think is Shoe, when it comes to standing up to pedos, she is always on that shit.
Yeah, but a little behind the game on that one.
She has taken a lot of shit. And we actually led to a discussion of Amos Yee because this one guy's like, no, he's just putting on a Kaufman, not Kafka, Kaufman-esque routine. And you see him not laughing about it is how you know it's a joke.
No, because Kaufman was actually kind of funny and he would do stupid bits that just weren't funny, but people understood that he was joking around.
And as far as I know, it was never about, it would be great, child porn.
Yeah, that's not a Kaufman thing. It's just being a dirty pedo.
So I said to this guy, I'm like, that's the kind of shit I used to hear about Amos Yee. Because it is. People would say, oh, no, he's just trolling. He's just trying to be provocative. And Amos Yee is serving a 6-year sentence right now, when should be a much more, because he only pled guilty to 2 charges. He was facing 16.
Yeah.
For getting naked pictures of a 14-year-old girl that he'd been texting.
Are they going to deport him after he gets out?
The judge warned that could be an option, but I don't know. They better. They kick that fucker straight. He's here on asylum. Kick him the fuck out. And stamp on his forehead what he did when he gets back to Singapore, they have some fun with him.
Oh man, yeah. Singapore, they're not going to put up with that shit.
Listen when people tell you who they are. Nobody, even jokingly, should be out there. It's one thing to make a joke. If you've ever watched Jimmy Carr, he's made a few pedophilic jokes.
Yeah, but Jimmy Carr's a professional comedian who's actually funny.
It's a whole nother thing to have a personality where you think pedophilia is okay. Because that's just you admitting your crimes. Fuck. That's not a joke. That's an admission. So, yeah, I had to explain to this guy who Amos Yee is, because I'm not familiar with him, but I'm telling you, this guy, you should look up his stuff. I've seen his shit. There's a reason I think he's a dirty fucking pedo, because he tells us he is. He doesn't actually touch the kids, Jack.
Yeah, right. I don't know much about Mr. Girl, but I've seen enough of his statements to be like, yeah, that guy's hard drive should probably be checked.
That guy's going to eventually end up in prison. Listen to people when they tell you who they are, for fuck's sake. These people who are out there like, it's okay to be a map. That's a pedophile right there. They are. Did you see the trolling Epstein did for years? Oh, right. Yeah, right. He's just trolling.
Yeah, you got a big island to troll on. Troll island.
Bro. Just a prank. Fuck, man. I don't understand these people. Look, if you like something Mr. Girl did, I guess that's fine. But when you find out the other shit he did, that's when you should be like, yeah, never mind. I'll go find somebody else who I agree with or I think is funny or whatever. It's like with Vaush. I don't care why you like Vaush. The fact that he's advocated for pedophilia before should be enough for you to go, nah, I'm all right. I'll go watch Hassan, because at least he's not out there talking about how there can be benefits for kids banging adults. I mean, he might be a dirty asshole, but at least he's not that dirty. Zerka is openly a pedophile. Is he? I don't know much about Zerka.
I don't even know who that is.
He's this really obnoxious fucker who shows up on some of the Red Pill streams. Like, extraordinarily obnoxious. Like, if he was in your friend group, he'd be the one that was always like, how come you guys didn't tell me where you were going?
Yeah, he finds out anyway.
Because you'd be the one who because you'd show up if we did. We were trying to have fun.
Yeah, he's a fun sponge.
Yes, exactly. He's just annoying as fuck, man. Guarantee you all the Twitch commies are pedos. I don't know if that's well. Look, I've never seen any. I have no reason to believe that Hassan would be. I'm not saying he's not, but I just literally no evidence of it.
That seems like too much work for him. He's pretty lazy.
Yeah,
he's busy stealing content.
Oh man. Anyhow, Vaush is the most morally bankrupt person on YouTube, and then Pyra says, I think the Surfs may be worse. Who the Surf? What's his name? Lance over there at the Surfs. He doesn't do much of his own content anymore, but he goes on some podcast where there's like 4 of them, and it got linked to me the other day. I forget the name of it. Whatever it is, I'm bringing this up just to say I see why he stopped his own content.
That bad, huh?
He's a fucking retard, man.
Well, there's a lot of that on this platform, so
Lance stopped doing stuff after he got into arguments with Destiny, and I want to say Tim Pool. And he just
he lost to Tim Pool.
I want to say it was Tim Pool. Don't quote me on that. I'm almost positive. The audience will probably let us know. But yeah, he stops making all of his own content at that point because he just got fucking owned because he's a retard.
Yeah,
He doesn't know shit. He just repeats talking points.
He lost to a animated hat. So
yes, he did.
That's just sad.
Lance wrecked himself on Timcast. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was on Tim Pool's show. That's Timcast. I thought that's where it was. I know the Destiny, because Destiny was fucking with him mercilessly there for a while because whatever you think of Destiny, he's not as far left as some of these assholes. And occasionally he'll call out the left, and Lance, just being the dyed-in-the-wool retard who repeats what he's heard, had no clue what he was even saying. And yeah, just got spanked. Faithful says you should watch it if you. Yeah, I watched the Lance. It's been a while. That's why I could see him sitting there with the dumb look on his face, but I couldn't place exactly that it was there. I watched it when it happened because it was funny as shit. I should revisit that just for the fun of it. I was watching oh fuck, what's the name of that channel? I have to look it up now. It was a movie channel, Jack. The guy goes on with like Camelot and the Critical Drinker. What the fuck is the name of that channel? Mahler, where he did a complete breakdown of the Quantum Mania movie. It's a very new one that he just did. This is a 5-hour fucking video, Jack. 5 hours. I've only watched 2.5 hours. EFAP, yeah, that's where he goes on. But because he's got clips in that video, the Quantum Mania one, where he's on with Critical Drinker. That he shows clips from when he's on EFAP and some of the stuff the guys are talking about. I haven't seen Quantum Mania. I've only seen the first Ant-Man movie. And even that I didn't watch all of because I got really bored with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But he breaks this down pretty well, and it's a really good discussion of just how bad the writing is there at Disney.
Yeah.
I only watched the first like 2.5 hours because that's him going through the movie. Don't watch it if you guys don't want the movie ruined and you're going to watch it for some reason. Because he does. He goes, I mean, it's almost beat for beat with the movie. And then he spends the next couple hours apparently talking about it, which is fine. But it is such a good breakdown. And, you know, we were having the argument the other day about the writing or the discussion the other day about the writing coming out of these places. And it's amazing how bad it is.
Oh, yeah. Quantum Mania is a terrible movie. Had some cool visuals, but man, that movie was a fucking mess.
Danger says Mahler's never known the meaning of the word brief. No, he's not brief. But in fairness, I also can't say that he was overly wordy. I mean, there's a couple of parts where it's like, okay, move on. But for the most part, what he was saying was, I mean, perfectly valid for the moment he was saying it. Frosted, thank you. Did you see the debate Twitch chair reactor Q or XQC got into over content theft? He's such an unprincipled retard that he made his opponent, Ethan Klein, look good. Yes, I watched the majority of that. Oh God, yeah, that guy's he's just fucking stupid. And all he should have said is, I don't care about content theft. Fuck you, because that's all he really meant.
Yeah.
Drinker and Mahler really know their stuff. Both of them are really good at paying attention to the writing and the story problems. Like Jack in this one, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big fan of it, but Ant-Man, I forget the character's name.
Scott Lang.
Scott Lang. He's presented throughout the series until the third movie as being a pretty humble guy.
Yeah.
And then for some reason in the third movie, they try to portray him for a little while as like horribly egotistical, like he's listening to the audiobook of his own book.
Yeah, they made him very arrogant and buffoonish. He's every sitcom dad.
Yeah. And it's bad, man. I don't understand how the writing is this bad.
Oh, it's lazy bit. It's hard to be creative when you're so constricted by the ideology that they have to work with.
Mm-hmm.
You have to acknowledge the stolen land. You can't. The most you can do is make somebody stupid, so you make somebody else look smart. And the women in Quantum Mania are the smart ones. They're strong and empowered. The men are weak and stupid and like, I don't know what I'm doing. It was
Well,
cartoonish at best.
and I hear you, but watching this, I mean, they might be presented that way, the women, but if you pay attention to what they're actually doing and saying, they're fucking retarded.
Oh yeah, but again, that comes down to the writers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a writing problem, and when you have unintelligent people poorly writing, that's product you're going to get is hack writers.
Nuts asked if I saw where Musk told James Wood to delete his account. Yes, I did. And I'm kind of on Musk's side on that one. Mahler did the same thing with the Snyder Cut and does a good job showing how, even though they're both bad, the Whedon version fixed some of the problems with the original. Look, I just got introduced to Mahler yesterday. His shit is really long, and there's several of them that I want to watch, including the Snyder Cut one.
It's Anthrax's birthday.
Alan, it's your birthday. This one's for you, my friend. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Anthrax.
Alan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir. I hope you have a good one. I really do. I was waiting to correct you when you said alien.
No, I know it's Alan.
But you used to say alien.
I know, because I can't read, apparently.
I was waiting for it. I was going to fix it.
That's why I just said Anthrax, because I knew if I didn't, I'd just fuck it up, and then it would ruin the song, and I didn't want to be that guy.
Anthrax, have a wonderful birthday, my friend. I really, really hope you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Next year, shit's going to start breaking, so enjoy it while you can. He's 39, shit. So.
Yep. 40's the cutoff that's when the warranty expires on the human body.
Yeah, I literally spent my 40th birthday in the hospital. So, yep. That's when everything breaks down.
Life can still be good. It's just you move a little bit slower, so.
Yeah, and you're going to get joints, and sometimes you'll just turn, and suddenly it'll hurt because you didn't know you had a muscle there that decided it's not working anymore.
Oh, man. I see these guys. I saw, it was a Critical Drinker, actually, talking about the Tom Cruise's latest movie and how, for what it is, it's a decent movie. It's just fun, is the basic premise. But he's mentions how old Tom Cruise is. And I'm like, that's just not fair. Because this man is, beating his body up. It's not like, I guess Scientology must have like virgins or something they're stealing from.
They have a Lazarus pit.
Yeah. So this man's 60 years old, jumping a motorcycle off the side of a fucking mountain 6 times, Jack. He did it 6 times.
Yeah. Dude's got, look, I'll give Cruise
in his 60s.
I mean, like him as an actor, but that dude is he takes good care of himself and he does his own stunts. That's so rare.
He does his own stunts at 60. For fuck's sake, I can't walk to the bathroom some days. No, it's not true. I've never peed myself. I have trouble walking to the bathroom some days. Let me put it that way.
Those plants in the hallway keep dying.
Oh my God.
It's a mystery.
It's like, no, the cat peed there. How come it smells like you? That's horrible. Anyhow, Tom Cruise has CGI to de-age himself in movies. Well, I'm not talking about how he looks. I'm talking about how he moves. He's still the guy running there, and look, he's never ran well. If you've paid attention to him over the years,
he gets
runs
weird looks on his face too.
He runs like Forrest Gump, but I mean, they didn't CGI him jumping off that fucking mountain. He actually did it. And then did the parachuting down afterwards.
Have a good one, Michael. You're not wrong. I don't know. It just some people just win the genetics lottery. Maybe it's because he's short. He has like some kind of leprechaun magic.
Oh, he's closer to the ground, less gravity.
Yeah,
less gravity pull. I guess there's reasons, I'm sure, but there's lots of people who get into their 50s and 60s and 70s and they're still moving around, and I look at them with envy and a little bit of hatred. Just saying. Take care of yourselves, guys. Don't let yourselves get fat and lazy. At 40, it's just too hard to get back.
That fat lady said you need to stop shaming her monkey.
Fuck that fat lady.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a shit about that. All right. The Mission Impossible movie started almost 30 years ago and are still going. Yeah.
I like the first one. The second one with all the wire work got a little weird for me. So I was like,
I didn't like the first one because it was just a little too cliche.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
The acting was fine. The story itself was fine. It was just a little cliche. It's like, oh, yeah. And especially at that time, you had so many of these movies where there's somebody working for an agency and it turns out that the agency is actually the bad guys.
Yeah. It's kind of a spy movie trope.
It really is. It really is. And I saw the second one. I haven't seen any of the others.
I've seen a couple of them. There was one, Ghost Protocol was pretty good. I think that's the one with Jeremy Renner in it. Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of the others, but yeah, I just don't really pay much attention.
I just think it's great to have action movies that are just action movies.
Yeah, good.
Unapologetic. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as they're not Fast and Furious garbage. Because those movies are shit.
Those movies are shit, but I also appreciate them for being shit. They're just like, you know what? We're going to put this thin plot around blowing up cars and doing really cool stunts, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. As long as you're not coming to me telling me that the Fast and Furious movies are high cinema, you appreciate. Look, Bloodsport was one of the dumbest fucking movies ever put to film. But I fucking love it. I fucking love it. When Jean-Claude Van Damme makes that face, ha, in slow motion, it's wonderful, but it's fucking stupid. I'm okay with stupid fun. So that's how I see the Fast and Furious movies, except for the first one, which seemed to take itself too seriously. I mean, it's Point Break with cars, but it was fine for what it was.
Stupid. I find them boring with really lazy acting. Everybody looks like they're purposely trying to act worse than they can.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but you're not. Look, no offense to any of the people in those movies, but they're not exactly great actors.
Yeah, but they're better than that. Yeah, Evolved.
Are they?
They're better than the Triple X movies. Michelle Rodriguez is a good actress. I've seen her in other stuff.
The first Triple X movie was great.
That movie was stupid.
It was stupid. That's what makes it great.
It took 3 viewings for me to see that and not be asleep.
I love that fucking movie. That one part, bitches come. I fucking laugh every time.
Oh my god. Then the badass spy chick turns out to just be a cheerleader by the end of the movie. Oh my god, I'm Dario Argento's crazy daughter.
I fucking love that movie. And yes, I recognize that it's dumb, but I'm okay with that. Anyway, what the hell were we talking about tonight? Nothing.
I don't remember.
Nothing. You call your movie Triple X, you better deliver good porn. I mean, that's fair. I wonder how many people got fooled by that.
Oh, speaking of people being fooled, there was a story I wanted to cover.
What you got?
That archive link in the site.
Well, read it. I'm being lazy tonight.
Oh, fair enough. This is from the Post Millennial. The unmarked graves discovered in Manitoba residential school turn out to be a hoax.
No.
No bodies found, only rocks.
No.
I know. I'm shocked too.
Real quick, before you get to it, for those of you who don't remember, this was the whole thing about, oh my God, all the indigenous people that were abused by the Catholic Church in Canada. And the whole time there's been evidence that it was nonsense.
Yeah, Lauren Southern got deplatformed for saying that too.
Yes, she did. Go ahead.
Chief Derek Nepanek of the something I can't pronounce tribe said the excavation of a Catholic church at the site of a former Manitoba school found no conclusive evidence of human remains. The lands the church is found on have been referred to as mass graves by outlets in the mainstream media. In a video on social media, the chief said that a specialized team of archaeologists that work with the police were not able to detect any evidence of human remains under the Our Lady of Seven Sorrows Catholic Church, which is the site of a former residential school in Pine Creek. He said, "This should take nothing away from the difficult truths experienced by our families who attended the residential school in Pine Creek, except for the fact that it undercuts your entire premise, dude."
Yeah, look, that's not to say, because this is what they're talking about, because these kids were taken from these indigenous families and forced to, learn math.
Yeah.
What was there problems there? Sure. But the whole premise of this story, and it blew up everywhere and everybody talked about it, and look how bad they are, was that these kids were so mistreated that they died. And it was all based on bullshit scans. They were using the sonar scans, the land scanning you can do. And they didn't actually dig anything up. And when you do those kind of scans, you can't know what's really down there until you get down there. It's not the TV show Bones where you see a perfect fucking skeleton.
Yeah. Which that show sucks. And the Catholic Church has been implicated in these mass grave stories for a long time anyway.
Yep.
And well, they're like, "Oh, here's where they like slaughtered all these kids or whatever." That's fucking lame. So 14 anomalies under the basement were reported to be possible burial sites under the church building as recently as July of this year. However, upon excavation, nothing was found. The contractor who detected the 14 anomalies under the basement also claimed that 57 others around the area of Our Lady of Seven Sorrows Catholic Church were present. The chief said that his community was going to conduct a search of their own after the Kamloops First Nation had reported that it possibly discovered 215 unmarked graves at the site of its former residential school. Prior to the excavation, Nepanak suggested dark intentions of the supposed culprits of the now debunked gravesite at the church. Quote, "We understand that over time, burial sites may be lost to the natural elements," he explained in an earlier press release, "but to bury remains under a building suggests a dark and sinister intent that cannot be unaddressed as we expose the truth of what happened in our homeland." Apparently, there were rocks under there, so I don't know what dark and sinister intent you're talking about.
Look, if there was bones buried under the slab of concrete, that would suggest some kind of dark intent.
Yeah.
But there
I
wasn't.
can post a link, but I can't type. Fuck you. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Somebody, I think it was Keeber, said that they had problems typing into chat on their laptop, but not on their either phone or desktop, whichever they switched to.
Yeah, I'm on my laptop. I can't type anything. Apparently, I could drop a link, though. But yeah, Cannibal, there were some churches burned down because of these stories.
Yep. And there was a whole bunch of chatter about how horrible the Catholic Church was up there. And there's no evidence for it. And again, the evidence always was flimsy at best. They're using these ground sonar things. Yeah. What's that show, the English show where they go looking for archaeology stuff?
Oh, Time Team?
Time Team.
Yeah.
If you've ever watched that, they use that stuff. And more often than not, where they think there might be something, it just turns out to be regular rocks down there.
Yeah, because ground penetrating radar is just radar. It's not detecting human remains.
And I use the show Bones on purpose because I've seen them do that on Bones, and sure enough, there's like a perfect skeleton that pops up. That's not how it fucking works.
Yeah.
Thank you, JB. Reminds me of the two dead native ladies in the garbage dump here. Might not have heard about that. Basically, serial killer disposed of dead bodies there, and the relatives can't accept that there's no way of retrieving them. Have to Jack. Thank you for that donation. Um, yeah, I mean, if they're one, how do they know they're in that dump? Did the serial killer tell them?
Probably.
But
Thanks,
if
JB.
you know how hard it is to find something in a dump, even if you catch the garbage truck that it was on, do you know how much garbage goes into a garbage truck, Jack?
Oh, quite a lot, and they compact it so it's even worse.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I mean, I feel bad for him, but yeah, you're not getting those remains back.
And now I can type in chat. Awesome.
Just go put a wreath outside the dump. And I'm not trying to be mean there, but honestly, yeah. Put a wreath. That's the best you're gonna ever be able to do. Or go make your a memorial in a proper spot.
Yeah. At some point, some archaeologist will find them, but it'll be 1,000 years.
Too many smells for cadaver dogs as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to confuse their delicate noses.
And cadaver dogs are also not at like they are on TV. I mean, they're hit or miss. On TV, they always find the body.
Yeah, but in real life, it's like 60%, something like that. They
Yeah.
have a better than average chance of finding it, but
there's just, I mean, depending on when it was dumped and everything, there's just too many things that can throw them off.
Yeah.
If you've had several good rainstorms, and yeah, you're fucked. But TV gives people a bad imagination of what is possible. Now, all of those people who went on their rampages about how horrible the church was up there owe them a fucking apology.
Oh, they're not getting it. You know it.
No. Yeah, I remember when Lauren did her video about this, because we had already talked about it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about it again after she did her video, and the whole time, like, they don't know that's what's there. It's all guesswork.
No, they know for realsy pants.
Oddly enough, they found rocks underground.
What? That's the weirdest place to find a rock, is underground.
Yeah, normally they're at Jarbo's house.
Right? He digs them up and keeps them in his lair and loves them and names them George.
Danger says, wait, so DNA is not processed in hours? No, it can't. It's not that fast. It is a lot faster than it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to take months. And now they've got it down to weeks. So, progress.
I've heard of them doing it in a day, but that's like a tenuous match because they can't do a full workup.
Yeah.
They just do like a preliminary thing.
They should have started digging and confirmed before anything was said. Oh, absolutely. But it doesn't matter because, look, the Catholic Church has enough skeletons in its closet that any accusation against them is fine to make publicly. Doesn't matter what the accusation is. They've done some dirty shit, Jack. There's no denying that.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't mean every fucking conspiracy theory, because this is a conspiracy theory now. Can we call these people conspiracy theorists?
Is that racist to call an Indian tribe conspiracy theorists?
I don't know. Speaking of, did you see that there was an Indian tribe that was petitioning to get the Redskins changed back to the Redskins?
Yes, and good on them.
Which is fucking awesome.
Those guys are heroes.
I told you, man, there was a tribe that had like season tickets.
Yeah.
They loved it. It was the fucking dumbass honkies were like, we can't have it named Redskins.
And that one Indian activist who made this stupid Caucasian shirt, which I'd still wear, but
yeah, that guy's a retard.
Yeah, he's an absolute retard. Boy, that backfired on him so hard.
Nobody was paying attention to that guy.
Well, no, but I'm sure some dumbass lefties were like, there's the one that's crying because of the litter.
Right. He's Italian. If you don't understand that reference, look it up. All right, Jack, I'm going to wrap up here so I can go play a video game. What's our video right here?
Oh, that's not the closing video.
What do you mean it's not the closing video?
Well, I always have a video for closing time.
All right. We'll get you a closing video ready. It's not a very long one, is it?
Okay. It's right there. No, it's not long.
All right.
I'm 90% sure you've seen this. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you.
Okay. Let's check out this chick first. This is a very short one.
Okay. Hi, I'm Zoe. I have a PhD in digital feminist activism.
I already don't care about anything else you say.
But she has a PhD in digital feminist activism.
I didn't even need the in digital feminist activism. I have a PhD. I stopped listening.
Right?
It's like some idiot today tried the IQ argument with me.
Oh God.
As soon as you bring up your IQ, I don't give a fuck. I immediately just think you're a retard. And I'm sorry, it's just based on experience.
Yeah, they don't have large IQs. They have a crayon box with that number on it.
Okay, so digital feminist PhD Zoe here.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Zoe. I have a PhD in digital feminist activism.
A PhD in
what? 100%. Well done, lady. Digital how is that even a PhD, a doctoral degree in feminist digital activism?
I don't know. That sounds like some made up shit that you bought offline. Like, I could buy this degree for $50.
Yeah. Sure, why not? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Hey, Bubba, you out there? Oh, there's Bubba. Bubba, you on play tonight? Okay. Hang on. I'm curious now just by seeing the screen.
Oh, you haven't watched this yet?
I have not seen this.
I found this like 5 days ago, and Dangerous just reminded me about it. So here we are.
A vegan and a vegetarian are jumping off a cliff to see who hit the bottom first. Who wins?
I don't know.
Who wins?
Society.
He's not wrong.
Not wrong at all.
We weren't expecting that. Oh,
He's so proud of himself.
He should
Well,
be.
he just did, Mum. He just did.
Leave that kid alone. He's funny. His mom in the background. Shut up. That was funny. And I love that all three of them were laughing like that. Obviously, none of them are vegans.
Yeah, or vegetarians.
Or vegetarians.
So.
Not wrong at all. Not wrong at all. Society. I thought the answer was going to be who cares? There's an old joke like that. It's like a lawyer and a car salesman or something like that jump off. Who hits the ground first? And the answer is who cares? Society's a much better answer, though.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much for the donations. Thank you for just coming and hanging out. We really do appreciate it. Jack, anything you want to show?
Yeah, I'll drop a link or two in the chat. As always, thank you so much for the generous donations. You guys are awesome. We do appreciate it. Helps quite a bit.
Going to be over on Ranting Monkey Games playing some Phasmo with my good friend Bubba. I'm poor on that game and I have to get more money so I can get better stuff because it is really hard with the crappy garbage to win. It's fun though, Jack. It's nice to. It's kind of the reason I reset my 7 Days to Die games as often as I do, is because it just gets easy.
Oh,
and I don't want to say that Phasma was easy because we were playing on Nightmare and there were often times when we didn't succeed, but compared to now, yeah, that shit was easy. So add a little challenge back to it. And so we'll be playing Phasmo. This is the 9.0 update that they just gave us. Bunch of new stuff, bunch of new mechanics. It's a lot of fun. Check us out. Ranting Monkey Games right here on YouTube. Jack, thank you for coming and hanging out.
always glad to be here.
Everyone, have a wonderful night, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye, everybody.
I'm not gonna make this song rhyme tonight, just to piss off people who think it should. I'm gonna use words like orange just so I can't do it. You can all kiss my big behind. God damn it.